Live outside the Hall of Justice downtown, where day one of Larry Millete's highly anticipated preliminary hearing wrapped up hours ago. And it comes a little more than 2 years to the day that Maya was last seen. This process is expected to take several weeks, and then a judge will ultimately decide whether there's enough evidence to go to trial. Larry, who has pleaded not guilty, was dressed in a suit today as witnesses took the stand for the first time. ABC 10 News has learned the prosecution alone plans to call 25 people to testify over the course of this hearing. Our reporter, Laura Acevedo, takes us inside the courtroom with today's revelations.
The prosecution called their first witness just after 11, Destiny Johnson, an employee at a Chula Vista law firm. Johnson testified she took a phone call from Maya Millete on January 7th, the day Maya was last heard from.
I believe that she needed an appointment within the next 24 hours.
On the stand, Johnson said her call with Maya lasted about 20 minutes, where Maya raised concerns about moving forward with filing for divorce, worried about being followed to the law office, and worried about her husband, Larry's reaction.
She had some concerns in regards to the behavior that would follow if it was found out that she was filing.
Johnson says she told Maya she should speak to an attorney the very next day, but says Maya refused, telling her she wanted to celebrate her daughter's birthday and set an appointment for the following Tuesday.
She did not want anything to put a hamper on celebrating her daughter's birthday. She didn't want any, lack of a better word, she didn't want any drama.
The prosecution showed the intake documents they say Maya filled out. When asked on the form about a history of domestic violence, it said none formally documented. Larry Millete's attorney then had her chance to cross-examine Johnson, questioning her about things Maya wrote on the form, whether or not Maya had talked about getting a restraining order on the call, and whether or not Maya had mentioned domestic violence. Johnson says Maya hadn't. Johnson's testimony ended in tears when the prosecution asked her why she'd said the call was hard to forget. Johnson says she wonders to this day if sending Maya the intake form played a role in her disappearance.
And it has made me question my role. And for that, I'm just not going to forget it.
And after the first witness, the prosecution brought on a forensic specialist with the Chula Vista Police Department to testify. He was at the home during the first search warrant of the Millete home, Kim, and we heard from his testimony all the photographs he took inside that home.
So emotional. The prosecution also clearly going for motive here. He knew about the divorce and he was paranoid.
Absolutely, and that's kind of what they laid out with that first witness that we saw there. She says from the very beginning of that phone call, the way that Maya spoke about the control Larry had about her, the fact that she wasn't willing to go to an in-person appointment to talk with a divorce attorney, that witness said that that was unusual in all of the other divorce cases that she's seen. People usually show up for that appointment.
And she didn't want to wreck the birthday the next day.
And that was the big thing. She talked about the difference in Maya's demeanor on the phone call when she was talking about divorce, and then when she was talking about her daughter and that trip, that was something that she didn't want to ruin and push that appointment until that following Tuesday.
And then was not there for that birthday. Thank you, Laura. And let's take a quick look back at how we got to this point. Maya was last seen on January 7th, 2021, the day she made that call. And in May of that year, her husband Larry was issued a gun violence restraining order. In July of 2021, Larry was named a person of interest. He was then arrested on suspicion of murder October 19th of that same year. As we mentioned, if the judge feels enough evidence here, then the case will go to trial. Earlier, I caught up with former DA Paul Pfingst, who talked about how likely it would be the prosecutors would make a deal contingent on Larry telling them where Maya's body is.
I personally have done that in the past on a few occasions, reduced a plea in return for the body because the family, of course, feels they cannot rest without that. but it's not a great deal, okay? But it's just an inducement. But a lot of this has to do with whether the defendant thinks he can beat it. If he feels that he can win the case, there's not going to be a deal.
And we'll hear from more witnesses at this preliminary hearing tomorrow morning starting at 9 a.m. And people from all across San Diego and even across the country have volunteered their time to try to help find Maya. And they held weekly searches for a period of time, including one just this past weekend. A lot of the volunteers were once strangers, and now they've been bonded over the need to get answers for Maya's family. And we spoke to several of them recently.
Didn't know the family, didn't know anything about her, never met her beforehand, never heard of her beforehand, and started searching. And from then on, it just became like a weekend thing. We started searching, helping the family out, because if I was put in that situation, I would want someone to help me out too.
And I just felt like that hearing her story, and if she was out there missing, that there needed to be people to volunteer and step up to find her. She had a family and a set of friends that loved her dearly, and she didn't deserve to be missing, and they deserve answers.
And as we mentioned, the family held that hike Saturday. That marked 2 years since her disappearance. And that'll do it for us at Downtown. Wale, we're going to send it back up to you. Much more to come tomorrow, day 2 of the preliminary hearing.
Thanks, Kim. And those images, seeing all those people who have come out to support Maya in this search, they're going to want to see this case come to an end as well. Thank you, Kimberly.